Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we share with you all the latest updates of the stock markets, help you understand what's really going on in trade today in terms of the benchmarks, how are they moving, in terms of the sectors and the stocks that are buzzing the most in trade today, and what should be your investment strategy as we also approach the year end and also then look at the coming new year as well. We'll also be joined by an expert, but first up, a quick check of the markets as well. Well, third day running and there is some red on the screen that you can continue to see. 62,506 as the current level for the Sensex. It's down by 326 odd points. The Nifty also down by 100 odd points, 18,602. Remember, yesterday we saw closing above 18,700 mark. There was a slight green that we saw after the whole days of volatile move that we had witnessed. 0.5% downtick for both the benchmarks in today's trade. When we also talk about the broader markets that in fact were doing better yesterday, they have both also in fact come under pressure slightly. The mid-cap 100 index down by 0.4%, the small-cap 100 index down by 0.2%. So the small caps were outperforming yesterday. Slight losses being seen over there as well. The India VIX is at 14 levels, up over 2% as well. Talk about the other sectors that are moving in trade today. Well, it's only the PSU banks that are holding up and defying the gravity. 1.5% uptick for the Nifty PSU banking sector. There you can see it. It's still trading with handsome gains right there. FMCG index is absolutely flat, but the rest of all the other Nifty sectors are actually trading in the red zone today. Metals especially, the ones that were shining brightest yesterday, are seeing profit booking taking place, over 1% cut for that one. Apart from this, there's a 0.5% cut for the autos that were dragging yesterday. And again, you have continuous news flows coming in on passenger vehicles and the companies of passenger vehicles really reporting some prices hike coming in future. Also, the realty stocks are down in trade today. Apart from this, the pharma stocks are also seeing some loss of about 1% odd. So that's also at the down point of the, lowest point of the day as well. So all across the sectors, in fact, it's the maximum red screen that you can actually see in today's trading action. Even the advanced decline ratio is completely skewed towards the losses or the declines. 41 stocks in the red as far as the Nifty 50 stocks are concerned against 8 advances right here. So which are the top losers in trade and the counters that are dragging the street? It's the same counters that were actually shining brightest yesterday. So you had Hindalco, Tata Steel, JSW Steel, all up in trade yesterday. All of them are seeing similar amount of cuts in today's trading action, up over down over 2% as well. UPL and Dr. Reddy's, also the other counters that are dragging the street. Eicher Motors from the auto space dragging by 1.75% as well. So that's the list of the stocks that are not doing well. BPCL, ONGC, all of them were up yesterday. Oil and gas space was also shining bright yesterday. TCS is also down from the IT pack. So it's a mixture of all the stocks from all the sectors that are down in trade. What's still holding up despite all this kind of a muted trade that we've been witnessing? It's some stocks from the FMCG basket. Talk about Hindustan Unilever, Britannia. Those are the stocks that are holding up in trade. Adani Enterprises, a bounce from yesterday's lows. Bajaj Auto also moving up in the faster lane in today's trading action. Adani Ports also up in trade. So the Adani stocks that were lower in trade are seeing some profit, short covering really taking place in these stocks as well. Let's now go across to our expert of the day. Kranthi Bathini joins in from WealthMills Securities. He's the Director of Equity Research. Welcome, sir, and thank you so much for taking the time out. First up, your take on the markets. Just last week we were thinking that we are just at a kissing distance of that 19,000 mark as far as the Nifty is concerned, and that's going to be seen very soon. But there's again some speed bumps happening. Of course, there are concerns on the MPC meeting, which will give us some triggers tomorrow as well as the rate hikes are concerned and the pace of the rate hikes are concerned. But overall, how do you see the texture of the market currently, and what is your suggestion to the investors of how to approach the markets currently?
Actually, after hitting the lifetime highs, both Sensex and Nifty, okay, they are right now in a consolidation phase right now. What we can see is some kind of consolidation in the complete broader level of the market. As you rightly said, ahead of the MPC meet and also the upcoming Gujarat elections, markets are waiting for these kind of outcomes to get the clarity. But among these, the MPC RBI stance is very essential. How the pace of increasing of the rate, or RBI is going to surprise us in terms of maintaining a status quo, or how many basis points RBI is going to increase the interest sensitive things. These are the parameters market is eagerly waiting for right now. But it's good. Markets are in a consolidation phase ahead of these events right now. But we need to see how the global cues also, because the US Dow is up nearly 30% from September. So there also we can see some kind of consolidation is going on. But overall, markets are in a positive territory. The trend is in uptrend. As you said, markets were about to hit 19,000.
Yeah.
Probably it might be possible. We have a couple of weeks time. We can see some kind of action after the MPC meet outcome. Once it out
Sure.
and it gives a clear direction for the market.
Sure, absolutely. But there are some sectors and some specific baskets that are actually defying this kind of a gravity pull that we are seeing in the overall markets. Talk about some of the tea stocks, talk about some of the sugar stocks. It's the winter season and looks like, these stocks are also getting that seasonality move right there. In fact, if you see Dhunseri Tea, that stock has got our eye because the stock is up about 18 odd % in today's trading action and an intraday move. Now, what we do know is the news flow that has been behind this kind of a move is that soon after entering a deal with Warranty to buy the 4 estates in Assam, Dhunseri Tea has now, is set to buy another 2 tea gardens from APG Tea as part of the APJ Surendra group as well. Now, in the stock exchange filing, what we do know is that Dhunseri has signed a memorandum of understanding on Monday with APJ Tea Limited for the acquisition of the 2 estates that are located in Tinsukia district of Assam, and that's for about 109 crores as well. And now this acquisition is likely to give Dhunseri a bigger pie in the Assam tea market as well. There you can see it, 18.18%, 262 rupees right here. And that's been also a sentimental move. You are also seeing some of the other tea majors also moving up, McLeod Russell, those kind of stocks really moving up in trade today. So I want to first focus on tea stocks, and then we'll also look at the sugar stocks and their move as well. Mr. Bathini, your thought on Dhunseri Tea, and after this move, does it make it a case for investors to keep this stock on their radar? And from the tea basket, which are the stocks that you prefer?
Sakshi, if you see the whole index of tea is one of the largest consumed beverage after water throughout the globe. So always there is an emphasis with respect to tea consumption and tea estate stocks, how they are going to do. As we are entering into the winter, and Dhanushri Tea, comparatively, it's a very small cap company with a market capitalization around 275 crores, odd crores. So, and they have been doing a continuous acquisition with respect to tea gardens are concerned from past 1 month with the points what you mentioned. Uh, Going ahead, how they are going to derive the revenue, because these are the key assets for the company, and getting a tea garden and getting into production, and every tea garden have its a life cycle. So what kind of acquisition they are going to do, and how all these acquisitions are going to add to their top line and also the profitability is extremely important to Dunseri Tea is concerned. Of course, the stock is responding very positively since it's a very small, comes under a small cap category. But my suggestion to the investors, advice to the investors is just wait. It's a small cap company. How the this momentum, how many days it's going to continue, we need to see. Ultimately, the company is not making profits. Now we need to see how the company is going to make profits in the next coming few quarters. That is extremely important. Maintain a strict stop loss when you are making any trade in these kind of companies, because these are all pure momentum based right now. And we need to see how the things that are going to pan out in the next couple of days time with respect to Dunseri Tea is concerned.
Absolutely. Any other preference of yours from the tea basket that you may have? We have stocks like McLeod Russell that's up in trade. Jayashree Tea is up in trade today. Warden Tea, Kanko Tea, also Tycoon Tea, Asia Tea Expo. Those stocks are up in trade. Cochin Malabar is up in trade as well, about 5% odd. So these are the stocks that are all up in trade. Any particular favorites of yours?
Sakshi, I don't have any. Of course, tea is one of my favorite drink to have. But with respect to the stocks are concerned, the one and key reason for not like the tea stocks at this moment is these stocks are cyclical in nature. They are not. There will not be any consistent winners for a long-term perspective for the investors. There are pure momentum in nature. Whenever there is a momentum, just to have one trade and make some money, 15-20% gains in the shorter term, and just coming out of these stocks. So making a continuous winners and making uh, a, continuous stable returns in these kind of stocks is very difficult with respect to the
Sure.
tea stocks are concerned at this moment for the investors.
Okay, understood that. Now, in relation to the tea stocks, the sugar stocks are also in momentum in trade today. In fact, there's a report that I'd like to, inform all our viewers about. The sugar stocks have actually risen, as the Reuters has reported, as the Reuters report has suggested that there's a likely fall of India's sweetener output, which has triggered this rally. India's sugar output was likely to see a fall of about 7% for the marketing year that begins October 1st every year. Now, this was after the country's largest cane producing state, Maharashtra, is likely to witness a low cane yield of about 15% as per the report. In fact, what this has led to is that most of the stocks talk about Sri Renuka Sugars, Awadh Sugar, all of these stocks are up in trade. Dalmia Bharat Sugar is also up about 2.5%. Andhra Sugar is up by 0.8%. Bajaj Hindustan Sugar has been continuously in focus for the last couple of days. It's been up 48% or so. The stock is trading at 18 odd rupees. So these sugar stocks are also moving up in trade. Your thoughts on the sugar space, and is that a space that interests you?
As mentioned, the sugar output is going to come down, and also right now we are the sugar industry is entering into the crushing season, going ahead in a couple of weeks time. So the sugar output and the global metrics are very important for sugar stocks are concerned, Sakshi, as India has emerged one of the world's largest sugar producer after Brazil. So India's output is very essential in the global metrics are concerned. But
Sure.
sugars also comes under a cyclical activity. So for the investors, sticking to the leaders like Balram Puccini and the other companies, the leaders of the industry is very essential for the investors. And there was a saying earlier, sugar is sweet, but sugars are stocks are not sweet in India. But
Okay.
that saying has been changing right now because of the government policies, and also the ethanol blending is concerned. So these are all the tailwinds that are helping the sugar industry overall. So and the companies like Bajaj Hindustan, they have been in the momentum nature right now. The stock has been going up. So this is for a momentum investor, they can have very good trades right now in sugar stocks are concerned. But sticking with the leadership is extremely important to make any serious investments in sugar stocks are concerned.
Okay, understood that. Let's now move on to see which are the other buzzing stocks that are in trade today. My colleague Tanya Aneja joins in with that list. Tanya, take it away. Which are the stocks that are on your focus list today?
Absolutely, Sakshi. So, first of all, sugar stocks only. As you rightly pointed out, sugar stocks are buzzing in trade today, and India's sugar output is likely to fall 7% this year. Now, this drop will likely weigh on the country's sugar exports and push up the global prices. And then, Interglobe Aviation, the shares are up in the trade today. Basically, the company has unveiled 32 new connecting flights through its codeshare partnership with the Turkish Airlines. Now, these new routes will offer more options and add capacity for customers traveling between India and Europe in the upcoming holiday season. Shares of Bajaj Consumer Care were also up in the trade today. They were up to the tune of 5% in an otherwise weak market after the company said that that its board will consider a proposal for buyback of fully paid up equity shares. Then shares of JSW Energy were also up to the tune of 3% today after the company said that its arm JSW Renew Energy has commissioned 27 megawatt wind energy generation capacity as part of the first phase phase of its 450 megawatt wind project. Then, if you look at some Adani Group stocks, they are also trading higher in the trade today. Adani Enterprises, Adani Wilmar, Adani Transmission, Adani Power, all up in an otherwise weak market. And on the flip side, we have entire metal stocks, Tata Steel, Hindalco, GSW Steel, that are among the top losers. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Tanya, for sharing all this list of stocks that are buzzing in action today. Mr. Bathini, any stocks that caught your attention over here that you believe that investors should keep an eye out on now? Especially investors, usually focus on those stocks which are, going ex buyback or ex dividend as well. So those kind of stocks as well. Bajaj Consumer has galloped as the board is mulling now a share buyback right there. Your thoughts here?
The stock, if we observe the last 6 7 months performance, actually it's a underperformer because of the inflationary pressures also there on this company. Today, the stock has been buzzing because of this news. Uh, I don't think so immediately just to make some kind of serious investments in this company. There are some other quality companies are available with respect to serious investments are concerned. Uh, it is just we need to see it is a one-off moment or the stock is going to perform well in the coming days. We need to see. But overall, I try to avoid the stocks at this moment.
Okay. Any particular stocks that are on your radar that you would want to share as your recommendation to all the viewers of Business Today?
Uh, Sakshi, at this moment, stick to the leaders. Okay, there are uh, good valuations available with respect to the banks are concerned. Large cap banks, HDFC is a good price zone to accumulate at this moment, and also IT, which is going to be. Of course, there are some kind of divergence and a dichotomy with respect to buying a IT company at this moment, but I do feel this is the right time for the investors to cherry pick. The large cap IT stocks at this moment to make any long-term investments are concerned for the investors.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Bathini, for being with us and sharing all these insights on markets and on these stocks that we've discussed in today's trading action. Hope to catch up very soon to discuss more about markets very soon with you. And with that, let's also focus on some news flow that's coming in as far as layoffs are concerned. Remember that after Amazon layoffs stirred many sectors, it is now PepsiCo's turn. As per a report, PepsiCo's layoffs are next in line to affect hundreds of employees. The snacks and beverages giant is reportedly sacking employees working at the headquarters. And according to a report in the Wall Street Journal, the news of PepsiCo layoffs has been attributed to people familiar with the matter and some documents reviewed by the publication as well. It mentioned that PepsiCo's plans are to trim the workforce, and which is a signal that corporate belt tightening is extended beyond the technology and the media sector as well. The report also adds that PepsiCo's job cuts affects the company's North America beverage business, which is based in Purchase in New York, and it's a North America snacks and packaged foods business, which has headquarters in Chicago and Plano as well. In addition to this, it has, as has been reviewed by the Wall Street Journal, the memo has been sent to staff, mentioned that PepsiCo layoffs were meant to simplify the organization so they can operate more efficiently. However, as per the report, the job cuts are expected to be heavier in the beverage business, as the snacks business already has gone through the job cuts with the help of voluntary retirement program as well. So those are the news of the news flows right here. But let's keep an eye out on how our markets are doing at this point in time. Still down in trade, 350 points gone for the Sensex at this point in time. It's now breached below that 62,500 mark too. Talk about the Nifty as well. That's down by over 100 odd points and is trading below that 18,600 mark as well. All eyes are now on the MPC meet and the outcome, which will happen tomorrow morning, to really understand which way is the RBI and the central bank really pushing forward as far as inflation and growth management is concerned, whether the pace of rate hikes will go down as has been expected, not just for the Indian Central Bank, but worldwide as well. And what could this mean for the inflation trajectory and the growth projections as well? All eyes will be on that as well, and the markets will be keeping a close eye on that, and which is why most of the experts do believe that the markets could be in this consolidation zone till the time we get more clarity on those trigger fronts as well as on the elections data and the results as well in this week, which we will get. So all eyes will be on that too. So some sentimental booster could actually come in from the election results too. Keep an eye out on the markets, and we'll keep you posted with how the experts are really viewing the current trajectory of markets and what are they advising as far as your investment strategy is also concerned. Many thanks for tuning in for now. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and also stay connected with us through all our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and LinkedIn. Many thanks for tuning in for now.
Art, science, and risk of making money from the markets.